My name is Marie Eriksson. I'm from Denmark, and I'm an ELPAC board member. And I'll do the first part of the presentation tonight. All right. Could Lauren, Angie, are you you changed it? Before we start, just wanted to let you know that you can always ask questions and make comments on the way. Just type it in the chat box, and you can even write it in your own language if you want to, or try to translate it. Yeah. All right. So the agenda for tonight, we will be talking about ELPAC and giving you an introduction to ELPAC, and also an introduction to the ELL program. We have many new families with us tonight, so I'm guessing that many of you would like to learn a little more about these two areas. The first part is the mission and vision, introduction to ELPAC, seen from ELL parents' point of view, us on the ELPAC board. We will also have the chance to go into breakout groups and get to know each other. And there'll also be an introduction to the ELL program. And that's it. And after that, we'll say good night and see you next time. So, and yeah. Okay, so what is ELPAC? Mission and vision. Trying to, with a few words, introducing you to ELPAC. We are here to, as board members. Board members are all volunteer parents who is here to try to promote multilingual and multicultural values. And we're doing that by assisting in the whole integration process for new families into the Newton community and into the Newton public schools community, and we're trying to make create a network of EL families and a forum to share information, just as you can see here tonight. That we have, I think it's 67 participants tonight, which is wonderful. We also have some tasks when it comes to the ELL program, trying to advise the school committee and also the directors of the ELL program. That is a long range plan. That is long range planning, but still we have a voice here. And finally, just creating a partnership between various parties, teachers, parents, and students. And Angie, if you change till the next slide. A lot of words here, but just to make it short, we are trying to basically promote the communication and information between professionals, educators, and the ELL families. And the bottom line is, remember that being bilingual or multilingual is a very good thing, and maintaining your heritage language has many benefits. So please don't forget that, and keep speaking your heritage language at home. Yeah, next slide. A little bit about us, the parents on the board. We are all ELL parents. We have kids in different age groups and in different schools. Angie is our chairperson, and she has a third grader at Burr Elementary. And Angie, you speak Korean, right? Yeah, she's nodding. Ming is our secretary. He has a daughter at Newton South High School, and Ming speaks Chinese. And then it's me, Marie Erickson. I'm at-large member at the ELPAC board, and I'm from Denmark. I have a kindergartner and a second grader at Memorial Spalding. And we are always looking for more board members. So that is why there's an empty space. So if somebody's considering joining ELPAC, maybe after tonight's meeting, you are more than welcome. And Angie, next slide. All right, and tonight we also have probably some familiar faces for some of you from the ELL administration. We have Allison with us. She's the director of the English Learner program. And Lauren is also here. She's up there and waving. She's assistant director of the English Learner program. And I'm not sure if Gareth is here. No, she's not here tonight, but she is our ELL specialist. Yep, and we as board members talk and work with the ELL directors and about different things on the ELL program. And finally, we have some family liaisons. We have Ling Chong. She speaks Cantonese and Mandarin. And Rebecca Matthews. She speaks Portuguese and Spanish. Hyun Lee. I think she's here tonight also. And she speaks Korean. And we have Gingo Isobi. And she speaks Japanese. And she is not with us tonight. Lauren.
She's with us.
Oh, she is with us. Oh, you're right there, Gingo. Oh, I didn't see you. Hi, Gingo. Sorry, she's also here. All right. I will hand the mic to Lauren because we'll be going into a short breakout room.
Yep, sounds good. First, I'd like to invite the liaisons to introduce themselves, if that's okay, because they will be in breakout rooms with same language groups. Liaisons, feel free to speak in English and in your other language. All right, we'll start with Hyun.
Hello, everybody. My name is Hyun Lee. I am a Korean family liaison, and I speak Korean.
Can you also say it in Korean, Hyun?
안녕하세요. 저 이영경이에요. 이따가 뵐게요.
And you can please tell everyone in Korean that we'll have a Korean breakout room.
Yes. 우리 이따가 한국말로 얘기할 수 있는 그 브레이크아웃 룸을 한다고 그러거든요. 그러면 이따가 거기에 조인하시면 돼요. 그래서 우리 같이 이제 수다 떨고 이제 그러면 될 것 같아요.
Thank you.
반갑습니다.
And next one is Ling. Ling Chung.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry. I have some technical difficulties with my laptop, so my computer camera cannot connect to Zoom. I'm so sorry that I cannot show my face in the Zoom. But yeah, my name's Ling Chong. Chong is my last name, and I am Chinese family liaison. I speak Mandarin and Cantonese. 大家好，因为那个电脑的问题，我就不能够出镜，但是我是负责学区里面说汉语的家庭的服务的。Okay.
Thank you so much, Ling. And Terry is here, filling in as a Spanish-speaking liaison tonight. Terry, would you mind introducing yourself?
Hi, I'm Terry Carmona. I teach ELLA. I'm an ELLA at Lincoln Elliott Elementary School, and I also have kids at Newton North High School. Me llamo Teresa Carmona y trabajo en Lincoln Elliott como maestra de inglés, y también tengo hijas en Newton North en el high school, y voy a estar ayudando en la sala del cuarto que vamos a tener para poder hablar en español sobre los temas de aquí.
Thank you so much. And then Ginkgo is here too. So Ginkgo, would you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Ginkgo Elizabeth. I worked for Zerber School for about 12 years, and this year I'm at Mason Rice. This is something new to me this year. And yes, I'm a Japanese liaison. 皆さんこんばんは。私が日本語のリエゾンをしてます磯部と申します。今晩はブレイクアウトルーム日本語のお部屋がありますので、もしよかったらそちらの方にお越しください。
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So we will have some breakout rooms if you'd like to join.
So we are just going to do a quick introduction to ELPAC. We have our 3 board members, as mentioned, myself, Ming, and Marie, and we are just going to give our take on this past year. We've all been on ELPAC board for 1 year, and we are staying on this year as well. But we wanted to just give you our take on how being on the ELPAC board was. So I will let Ming talk first, and then Marie, and then we'll come back to myself. For Ming and Marie, if you want to speak in your languages, you are also welcome to, just so that we can help with translation and interpreting.
I'm pretty sure I'm the only Dane on this meeting, so it will not make any sense if I speak Danish to you. So, but I will take it in English. But Ming, you go ahead.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Ming Yan. My daughter is in grade 9 in Newton South High School. So they have been here almost 2 years. So welcome, everybody. So I have put Chinese Zoom link in our WeChat room. If you want, please click the e-link. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, could you please send it again, because I withdrew, but I couldn't go inside. Yeah. Okay, I'll have a try.
Marie?
No.
Right. Okay. People leaving for breakout room? No. All right. I am the board member who has been here for the longest time. So I have actually tried to be on ELPAC meetings in person. Things were a little easier when it wasn't on Zoom. So please be patient with us. We are trying. What can you say about being a board member? Well, there's not just one single thing you can say about being an ELPAC board member. You, as a parent, as an ELL parent, you have the chance to get together with other ELL parents, and it's not just the parents from your own school. You get to meet parents from with kids in kindergarten and all the way up to high school. So you get to see many sides of it and meet parents from different levels. It's your voice is being heard. As I said before, we're not on top of the pyramid. We are not the decision makers here, but we can tell Allison and Lauren if there are a couple of things we would like to change or add or stuff like that. And it's fun. It's just a great opportunity to be part of a bigger network and being part of the decisions and being a decision maker. So I think that we should have more parents joining us. It's fun, and we need to have right now there's me from Denmark. We have Andy who speaks Korean, and we have Ming who speaks Chinese, but we need more parents. We need to, I would say, cover the whole world if we could. But there's also room for several Chinese members, so don't let that stop you. So just please join and ask questions if there's anything. Yep. Angie, do you have a couple of things to say about ELPAC?
I also apologize that my son was just in the room and I realized I was not on mute. So life of a parent. This is my second year on the ELPAC board, and my son actually has been in ELL since kindergarten, and he's in 3rd grade right now. I have loved being on this board because something that Newton is very proud of, or they want to continue to grow on, is they want to make sure to provide and be a helpful resource to the ELL families, but not only ELL families, but to families. And they especially know that a lot of families that English is not their first language. So they're trying to make sure that they can be a resource. And for the ELPAC, we try to be that resource to parents. So being on the board the past 2 years has been great because I've been able to see more of an insider view of what's going on within the schools, within our district, because like we mentioned on what our mission and vision is ELPAC is very important to letting the ELL teachers, but also the schools, and also just those who make the decisions for our children. Our superintendent is very passionate to make sure that the ELPAC parents, all of us that are here, that our voices are heard. So the more people that we can have on our board, the more voices that are active and loud and can initiate with us. I think it's better for our children, and it helps their voices to be heard. So I think Ming and Marie and I would love to have more of you on, and especially Marie and I have children that are in elementary, and Ming had a middle school, but now she's in high school. So we would love to have, everyone from each level of school so that we know what's going on as a whole, because we can only help from what we know and what we hear. And if we don't know what goes on in the middle school, the ELL program, it's hard for us to help out. So middle school parents, if you're out there, come join us. Elementary as well, and high school, of course. Okay, and I'll hand the mic back to Lauren.
Thanks a lot, Angie and Marie. Tonight we do get to have elections for new board members. So I want to take a little time to show you just what the responsibilities of the board members are. I'll add in the chat where you can find these in the bylaws in different languages. We have English, Chinese, Korean, and Spanish for tonight. If you look at the 4th part, you can see the descriptions, but I'll share my screen also. And if anyone's interested in joining the board tonight, we can have an election. I know we had one nomination for a new member, which we're really happy about. So according to the bylaws, the ELPAC board includes 1 to 3 chairpersons. Angie is one of our chair people now. We need 1 to 2 secretaries. We need 1 treasurer. We don't yet have a budget for ELPAC that just ELPAC has, but we hope one day through fundraising efforts. We also need 3 to 5 at-large board members. So you can check out the responsibilities in the chat. but they're also here. So board members will serve 1 to 2 years in a position. They can be ELL parents or former ELL parents. They help to set the agenda for each ELPAC meeting, help prepare for and lead each ELPAC meeting, and it's about 5 meetings each school year. Board members also meet with the board about 3 weeks before ELPAC meeting and just after the meeting to talk about how it went. And probably some other times too. I think the board meets more frequently than that. The chairperson collaborates with other chairpersons and shares responsibilities. They really help set the agenda, and they preside at all meetings of the Newton ELPAC and act as a liaison with the ELL department administrators and the school committee as well. So that's been part of Angie's role, and Lubov was also in this role before. The secretary responsibilities right now, Mingyan is a secretary for the ELPAC board. Eventually, they will invite members to meetings and coordinate communication, manage and review correspondence at the Newton ELPAC, file attendance and minutes of the meetings, and maintain a website. And Ming has set up a website for ELPAC. We have the link for you in another slide. The treasurer can coordinate efforts to apply for grants, donations, reimbursements, or any other funds, and prepare a budget, manage an account for those funds, and prepare and report a biannual financial statement. We're not there yet with having money for a treasurer to manage. At-large board members are actually more active than this. It says support the purpose of the Newton ELPAC. I think that the current board members really support each other in doing a lot of the work. Marie is an at-large member, and she does a lot to prepare for these meetings. So we do have a nomination, and I'm so sorry I don't know how to pronounce your name. So if you'll unmute yourself and introduce yourself, we're really happy to have you here tonight.
Hello everyone. Good evening. It's very nice to be here. My name is Müjde, and I've been an English teacher for the last 22 years. We moved to Boston from Istanbul, Turkey last year. I'm a Turkish. My son has started to Newton North High School this year, and we are very excited and happy about it, of course. And I'd like to join and be a volunteer to be a board member at ELPAC, because I'd like to learn about the process here and methods of teaching English here, so that I can help my son better, I think. And of course, I'd like to contribute and serve the board with my language teaching experience, because I've got involved in many European Union projects like Erasmus, Comenius, such kind of projects. So by the help of this, I've been to many European countries and also their schools as well. And I know how it works there, but I don't know how it works here. I would like to see and learn it, of course. And also, it's a way of paying back to the community we live in at the moment. And these are the reasons why I would like to be joined that board at the moment. Thank you, and good evening to everyone.
Thank you so much. It's really great to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for that introduction too, and explaining your reasons for wanting to join. That's great. So any parent that's here tonight can also nominate themselves for a position on the board. I think we're still missing our group of parents, so we're going to wait to talk more again in a little bit after the ELL program presentation. So be sure you're on mute as you're coming back to the main group. So Angie and Marie, does that sound good if we wait for elections till after the ELL program presentation?
Sounds great. Everyone sees my screen okay?
Yep.
Okay, so I will turn on our ELL presentation done by our lovely ladies. Just give us one moment. If you don't hear it, please let me know.
Hello and welcome to the first ELPAC meeting of the 2022 school year. I'm Allison Levitt, the Director of ELL Programs.
I'm Lauren Harrison, the Assistant Director of ELL Programs.
And I'm Gareth Linwall Honig, ELL Specialist.
The ELL program in Newton Public Schools typically serves about 650 to 700 ELLs per year, and it is in all of our schools. We monitor about 650 former English learners for 4 additional years after they exit the ELL program. We identify and assess through the ELL office all new students with a language other than English on the home language survey. We assist with family access to school and community programs. We provide interpretation services for teachers and families. And lastly, we facilitate translation services. Now, Lauren will talk about the demographics of our program.
Here are the languages of English language learners in Newton Public Schools. There are over 50 languages represented in our district, and the most common languages are listed here, being Chinese languages, both Mandarin and Cantonese, Spanish, Russian, Portuguese, Japanese, and Hebrew. English learners are born in many different places, with most ELLs being born in the United States. Other countries represented are Brazil, China, Guatemala, Israel, and Japan. Here's our enrollment of ELLs by grade level from kindergarten through 12th grade. You can see that most of our ELLs are in elementary school. And Gareth will talk a little more about our numbers.
Thank you, Lauren. In Newton, the number of ELLs in preschool is currently being figured out. In grades kindergarten through 5 at the elementary level, we have 497 ELL students. In grades 6 through 8 at the middle school level, we have 88 ELs. In grades 9 through 12 at the high school level, we have 93 ELLs. In total, there are 698 ELL students in Newton. Next, I will explain a little about English language learner programming. We start by testing students at least once per year. Scores are assigned levels 1 through 6. Students usually exit ELL at level 5. Students at level 1 know basic English. Students at level 6 have native-like English skills. On the next slide, I will say a little about the time this takes. Learning English takes time. We can think of learning English like we are filling up an ice cream cone. At the bottom of the cone, at level 1 and 2, students can only use English words, phrases, or simple sentences. Students may be at this level for months. In the middle of the ice cream cone, it takes more ice cream to fill up the cone. Similarly, it takes more English to be at level 3 or 4. Students may be at these levels for years. It takes the most ice cream to fill up the top of the ice cream cone. Similarly, it takes the most English to be at level 5 or above. Students do not spend a lot of time at this level in the ELL program because they are typically exited. Starting as a beginner, it typically takes 5 to 7 years to learn as much academic English as native-speaking peers. This means ELLs may not perform the same as their native-speaking peers for a while. Now, Lauren is going to share with us about the benefits of being bilingual.
Your students are all learning English, and it may be a second or third or fourth language. We want to just ask, did you know that a strong first language supports ELLs in learning a second language and also learning content in a second language? It's true. A strong first language supports your student. We also want to share with you that we believe that bilingualism is a gift. Being able to communicate in more than one language has many benefits, including cognitive benefits, social emotional benefits, learning benefits, and global benefits, meaning benefits for our whole world. Your child, even if they have a language delay or a learning disability, it's possible for them to be bilingual. You can continue using any languages you feel comfortable using with your child, even as they enter an English-only setting or as they continue in an English-only setting. Your kids won't be confused, don't worry. You can use your home languages every day in everything you do. For example, reading, playing games, cooking, solving problems, singing, and observing nature. Those are all great ways to use your home languages. Allison will talk more about our ELL programs.
Students receive ELL services for a part of the school day according to their English level. Those ELL services decrease as their English improves. Students at level 1 are often in ELL for more hours than students at level 5. Newton ELLs are in the program for an average of about 5 years. ELL curriculum will work on listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills for all students, and your ELL teachers are collaborating with teaching teams at your child's school. Newton has sheltered English instruction. Sheltered English instruction has 2 parts to it. Your child will be getting sheltered content instruction from their classroom teachers, which are taught by content area licensed teachers who will scaffold materials to help your children access them. They will also be getting English as a second language taught by an ESL licensed teacher, which will help to support your child's linguistic growth.
There are many ways you can help your child and continue helping your child through school. Many parents ask us this question: how can we help our children? So here are some ideas. Give lots of love and support at home. This is the most important thing for students to be successful in school. Make sure that they attend school. It's required. You can help to show them that mistakes are part of learning. They shouldn't be afraid to make mistakes. It's how we grow and learn. And people are available for them in their lives to help them learn, like teachers at school. You can provide opportunities in any language. Like we already said, different experiences, books, or stories create a rich environment for children to learn. You can keep using your home languages and attend and support this ELPAC by coming to meetings and inviting friends who are also part of the ELL program. Additionally, you can reach out to your child's teacher or the teaching team, as well as the school's principal for help, or if you ever have questions, especially about the American education system. Some ways you can reach out to the teaching team are here. During the school day is the best time to reach out. You can expect a response during school hours. You can reach out to teachers by email, by phone, or by a new tool that we have called Talking Points, which uses text messaging or an app. Just note that if you make a phone call to a school for your child's teacher, you may need to leave a message so that they can get back to you at a later time. Also, please ask the staff at your school about the best way to communicate. They'll have ideas. Now we'd like to take some time to answer any questions you might have about ELL programs in Newton Public Schools. Thank you. In the chat in any language.
May I know what is the how to say the form of the ELL support lesson at the school, or is the teacher teaching something new, or just sitting beside the student to help him understand the requirements of the homework? I have no idea. Thanks.
Yeah, according my daughter's appearance, during the pandemic, the EL teacher only help her to finish the assignment. Yeah.
You want me to answer it, Lauren? It depends on what level your student is at. Can I ask, is your child in the elementary, middle, or high school?
He's in level 3 in Newton South High School.
Okay, so some classes at the high school, English ESL classes are new material. And they also have, some students are scheduled for a support class, which is meant to be a time to get help with their other work, to be supportive of students as they do their other work. At other levels, at the middle school, there are also ESL separate classes and support classes. And at the elementary school, depending on what level your student is, they may be getting more separate English instruction, and they may be getting support as they get higher up in English to do some of the reading and writing that is in the classroom. It changes as students' levels change.
Okay, thank you for your explanation. The thing is, so every time he comes back home, when I ask how is your ELL support class, and he says that he thinks he is on the top of the other students, and so I don't think that class is challengeable for him. So is it okay to stay at this stage, or will it be possible to move him to?
You should reach out to his teacher and he should talk to his teacher about how he feels about the class. It's possible to move levels.
Thanks, yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, everyone. I have two questions actually. So the first is, will our kids stay with the same EL teacher through the whole EL process? Like my kids is in the first grade. Will she stay with the same teacher until she leaves the program? And the second question is, will they also stay with the same EL learning partners, or it changes all the time?
In most elementary schools, there is one teacher. There may be two teachers. So they may be with that same teacher or one of the other teachers in that program until they go to middle school. So often those teachers stay the same. Their learning partners will change as time goes on. We have a lot of students move into Newton, move out of Newton. And as students' language abilities change, sometimes their groups change.
So will we be informed if the EL teacher will be changed?
Yes.
Because because last year we have been built up a strong bond and connection with our EL teacher, but this year it seems like her EL teacher has been changed, but that's unexpected. So I'm just wondering if this
last year was unusual because we had both the Distance Learning Academy and the in-school teachers. So, and sometimes year to year teachers do change buildings, but not very often. So I don't know what your child's particular situation was last year.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Excuse me,
May I have a question for Miss Levitt?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Currently, I have my daughter's report. For this. It's a WIDA for the generally individual student report for her listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So there have a score like this.
Yes.
So yeah, I just wondering for the overall the score, all of the score is almost in the middle stage. So do you have any suggestion to me, maybe how I can prioritize her improvement to get her better in the 4 area: listening, speak, reading, and writing? Since my daughter is in 6th grade, and we moved in US in February this year. So basically we have 3 months in the boarding school. Then after 2 months of the summer vacation, her English is also dropped as well. Then she tried to pick up from the September. So basically we met the challenge to pick up her English. So I would like to, maybe you can give me some input, a suggestion how I can prioritize her study in English.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, that report, just so that all parents know, once a year, all ESL students in all schools in Massachusetts have to take a test.
Yeah.
It is called the WIDA access test.
Mhm.
And what this parent is showing is a report that her child got with their scores. And those just got sent out to families. My biggest suggestion is to talk to your child's ESL teacher. They know your student. And they will have better suggestions than I will about where your student is and what they need to work on.
Oh, yeah.
And so either Ms. Myers or Ms. Cross, either of them will have, I think, some better suggestions that I will be able to give to you. But Lauren, do you have any thoughts in general?
Okay.
I think that's the best one because the teacher knows the students best, and even if it's a new ELL teacher for your child, they'll still have a good idea about what they can do to improve. I also just, like, as we mentioned in our presentation, and also some of the ELPAC board members mentioned, reading in any language is great. Writing in any language is great. Continuing her Chinese is really important for her English also to improve, because that supports her reading and her writing and her content knowledge as well.
Yeah.
In English, if her Chinese continues to improve. So that's one thing I can say for all kids, is that continuing your home language in any way you can is really important, because some families think that once they're in the United States in an English only school, they should use more English at home. But actually continuing to use your home language is so important. And just lots of time reading and listening to music helps some students.
Yeah.
Singing songs, karaoke, like in English, those sorts of things can help any student, but your teacher will know the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
Hi, this is Celia. I have a question regarding this English language program testing as well. So currently my kids overall grading is 6. Does that mean they will not get involved in the ELL program anymore, or there will still be any, the continuing assistance from the ELL teacher? Because for the time being, we haven't got any notification from the ELL teacher. So I'm just wondering whether is this because of their grade is already reaching, 6. So that's enough. So I'm just curious about that. Thank you.
So yes, a good question. We've been trying to get letters out to families in the last couple of weeks. So generally when a student gets above a 5, we begin to look at whether they need to exit the program. And so if your child is at a 6, they have likely been exited. And generally at that point, the ESL program and the ESL teacher will continue to monitor your children. They will continue to talk to their teachers and see how they're doing to make sure that they're being successful in all of their classes. And we do that for every single child who leaves our program for 4 years.
Okay,
So,
thank you so much.
And if you feel like your student is struggling or needs some help, or you have questions, you can always reach out to the ESL teacher in the school, and they'll be super helpful, even if your child is not in the program at the moment. We're always happy to help.
Very helpful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Just a suggestion for the report we just discussed, and I also received my kids' report, but just it came along with the translated document to explain the test, but the document was just very confusing. So I'm suggesting next time maybe can include an English version of explanation for the report.
I'll make sure that happens. Also, I think this year we will be discussing during one of these meetings the test in more depth on what it means, and it was very difficult this year being not in school and doing this through distance. So I understand that. Usually most teachers have sent it in English and in the other language. So we'll make sure that gets done.
Thank you so much.
That's great feedback. It's one good reason to attend ELPAC meetings because even if we are not here, the ELPAC board can communicate those kinds of feedback to us. So thank you, Sunny. So I think if you have other questions, feel free to put them in the chat, or you can reach out to us over email or your child's teacher. We're really happy to help with any questions you have. And I think Angie and Marie, we could do some breakout rooms now, or we can ask if anybody would like to join the board, put themselves forward for nominations. Which one would you like to do?
Anybody want to join our lovely ELPAC board? We would love to have you.
Yeah.
All this great input. The more the merrier. The more input that we have, the greater that, I mean, the input that Sunny just gave is actually really helpful, not just to the ELPAC board, but to the ELL department, because we only know what the translation that we are personally getting. We don't know how it's being spread out throughout the schools, throughout everybody's languages. So to get that input, even if you don't want to be on the board, but just to kind of give that feedback constantly is so helpful, because like I said, I only speak Korean. So I only know what the Korean translation says. And to be honest, sometimes when I read the Korean translation, I say, what is it saying? And so I have to kind of go back and forth. And then, then I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. So if that's the case with, in Chinese or in French, I think Lauren and Allison would love that extra feedback, and not only with the translation, but just overall, like your experiences, your take on it. So if you would, we would love to have you. We would love you to have you. So if anybody's interested, please join us.
Yeah, so you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself even now if you'd like to join the board. And we'll do a little vote.
Or if you would like to think about it, there's also an option for that at the end of this slideshow tonight. there is a QR code with an exit ticket where we're just asking you a couple of questions about the meeting tonight. And there's also at the bottom of that exit ticket, as I remember, there's a question if you'd like to become a board member. So you can think about it. You don't have to sign up right away, but if you're interested, please raise your hand. It will be wonderful to have more parents joining us.
And I just wanted to give this feedback. As I mentioned before, or I don't mention it, but my son has been in ELL since he was in kindergarten, and he's in 3rd grade right now. And I was born and raised here, so I speak English, I think, well, but we speak Korean at home. So that's something that he needed that extra help with. And my son now, when he was in kindergarten and 1st grade, they did, the teachers took him out and he got to enjoy, he played a lot of games, had so much fun. And now he's sad because the teacher isn't taking him out as much. And so he really loves ELL teachers, and like, he doesn't think of it as taking away time. He thinks of it as like another one-on-one time. So, you know, parents, if you have questions on that or how your kid is doing, the ELL teachers are really great to making sure that they have, but they're also learning, but they're having fun at the same time. So yeah.
Thanks so much, Angie. So I'm going to put a link in the chat. We have one nomination from Mujda. Did I say it right? Yes. Thank you, Mujda, for offering to be an at-large board member. I'll put the ballot in the chat. You can click on it and just answer yes or no under Mujda's name. And then if you'd like to write in a different name, feel free to do that too, and we'll reach out to you. So just click that link and take a moment to make a vote. And then we'll go into breakout rooms. And I do have some same language breakout rooms this time, so you don't need to leave the Zoom meeting. Right, I actually opened those breakout rooms, and this is a time, Angie, we can't see what's on your screen. Are you there? Do you hear me, Angie? Oh, that's another way to vote.
Yes, I just stopped sharing the screen. I'm sure they'll let that you.
I think she's frozen. So I can let you know we're going to go to the breakout rooms. You can choose your own. If you have trouble, just stay in the main room and I can put you in the room that you want to go in. You can put a message in the chat. You can move freely between the rooms, elementary, middle, or high school, or one of the language rooms. If no one's in your language room, please go and join a different room to talk with parents there, okay? So just put in the chat if you need some help getting to a room.
How do I choose a room?
If you click at the bottom and find breakout rooms, you might need to click.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it.
And then
okay.
If you hover beside the name of each room, you can click a button that says join this room. Yep. Thank you.
All right.